Good morning students, myself Ashok Kumar. In previous session we have seen single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance with examples. Now in this session we are going to discuss multiple inheritance in C++. So first of all, what is multiple inheritance? In multiple inheritance, more than one parent classes are available, only single child class is available. In multiple inheritance, single child class acquires all the properties of its multiple parent classes is called multiple inheritance. Let me go for the example of multiple inheritance. Here, in multiple inheritance point of view, multiple parent classes are available. In multiple inheritance point of view, multiple parent classes are available. A is an one parent class, B is an another parent class, and C is an some other parent class. And only single child class is available. And single child class name is B. So this is a child class. And these are our base classes or parent classes. So this is child class or derived class. Here in multiple inheritance point of view, single child class acquires all the properties of its parent classes. D inherit all the properties of A class, and again D child class acquires all the properties of its base class B. Again D child class acquires all the properties of its base class C. So this concept is called multiple inheritance. Let me go for the syntax of multiple inheritance. Syntax of multiple inheritance. First we are writing class name. Class followed by class name 1. And here we are writing set of statements. And after that, closing the class. First we are writing parent class, and again we need to write one more class, class name 2, and this is base class, and this one is also treated as a base class, and this base class having some of set of statements, single one base class, another base class. Then one child class acquires all the properties of its base classes A, B and C. Further, how to write the statement? First we are using the keyword class followed by class name, class followed by class name, colon, public is an access specifier, public, first class, first base class name n1, comma, n1, comma, and again second base class name, public, class name n2. So this is a class name n1 and this is a class name n2. And then open curly brace, and here we are writing set of statements. And then closing the child class. So this is the simple syntax for the multiple inheritance. Okay, here base class, first base class name is class n1, second base class name is class n2. Then single child class acquires all the properties of its base classes. For that we are writing the statement like this: class followed by child class name. So this in a sense child class name or derived class name. So this derived class acquires all the properties of its base classes, class name n1 and class name n2. Then opening the curly brace and opening and closing the curly brace, we are writing set of statements. So this is the simple syntax which is related to multiple inheritance. Let me go for the implementation of the multiple inheritance in C++. First we are defining the header file. First we are defining the header file, hash include IO string, hash include IO string. Then we are using the namespace, using namespace standard library std. First header file, then we are writing the standard library std, then declare the parent class, and here parent class name is A. Within this parent class, so I want to define one simple function, and the function is assigned to public access specifier. Here I am writing one function, void m1 function. Void m1 function, and this void m1 function having some statement. That statement is, just I want to print some statement. That statement is, this is parent class A. Here I am printing one simple string with the help of this cout object. This is parent class A. And then, so I am closing the m1 function and also closing the A class. So after now, single parent class implementation is finished. Next one, so I want to implement one more base class. For that I am writing one more declaration of class, that is class B. Next base class is class B. And within this class, I want to define one more function m2. One more function m2. Public is an access specifier, void m2. So this is another function, and this function is belongs to base class B. And within this function, just I am printing one simple string with the help of cout object. This is base class B. So this is base class B, and closing the m2 function and closing the B class. Closing the m2 function and closing the B class. Then two classes implementation is finished. Base class A and base class B. Like that we are defining multiple parent classes. And here I want to define this class C. And this class C acquires all the properties of its base class A and B. For that, how to write the statement? First we are implementing the child class. And here child class name is B. Colon. First base class is A. Comma. So two base classes are separated by comma. Public A class and public B class. And within this class, I want to define one more function. Public colon, and here one more function is taken. That function name is m3, void m3. And within this m3 function, so I am printing one simple message with the help of cout object. This is child class D. And then closing the m3 function and closing the class. So this class A is a base class, and this class B is also base class, and newly derived class, this class is a child class or derived class. So far multiple inheritance concept is completed. Next what we need to do? We need to access the m1 function, m2 function and m3 function. Here base class A having only one m1 function, base class B having only one function, that is m2. But here child class or derived class having three functions. and those three function names are D class, D child class having M3 function, and D child class having its base class A related function, that is M1, and D child class having base class B related function M2. So totally child class D having three functions, M1 function, M2 function, and one more is an M3 function. Next, after that I want to access M1 function, M2 function and M3 function with the help of single object. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible, and that object is created with the help of child class. Here object is declared within the main function. Object is declared within the main function. So within this main function I want to create one object, and with the help of that object I want to access M3 function, M2 function and M1 function. For that I am creating object with the help of child class D. D is a child class name followed by XYZ. So this XYZ is an object. XYZ is an object, and this object is created with the help of class B. So with the help of this object I want to access M3, M2 and M1 function. XYZ dot M3 function, XYZ class M2 function, and again XYZ dot M1 function, and then closing the main function, and then closing the main function. See this one, D class having three functions, M3, M2 and M1. With the help of D class object, we can call the M3 function, M2 function and M1 function, and finally closing the main function. So this program is related to the multiple inheritance in C++. So this is the simple example which is related to multiple inheritance in C++. So what is the final output of this program? First, XYZ.M3. So M3 function is called. M3 function having, this is child class D. First output is, this is child class D. Next we are calling XYZ.M2. This M2 function is called. M2 function having, this is base class B. Next we are calling M1 function with the help of object. XYZ.M1. So this M1 function returns this is parent class. The final result of this program is, first one is this is child class D, and second statement this is base class B. Next one this is parent class A. So this is the final result of this program. Coming to the next type of inheritance is hybrid inheritance. Here, what is hybrid inheritance? Hybrid inheritance is implemented by combining different types of inheritances in C++. So hybrid inheritance is a combination of multiple inheritance. That means with the help of multiple inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. By using these two concepts, we are implementing the hybrid inheritance. Okay, so hybrid inheritance is implemented by combining the two different types of inheritances. Those are multiple inheritance and one more is a hierarchical inheritance. Let me go for the example. Here one base class A is there, and two child classes are available. Here one base class and two child classes. Here child classes names are B and C. Here child class B derived all the properties of its parent class A. Child class C also derived all the properties of its base class A. See this one? This one looks like a hierarchical inheritance. This one looks like a hierarchical inheritance. Next one. Here we are implementing one more class. That class is a D child class or derived class. This derived class derives all the properties of its parent classes B and C. This child class or derived class D derive all the properties of its base class B and C. See this one. This one looks like a multiple inheritance. For that, we can say that hybrid inheritance is a combination of different inheritance. Here, different inheritance means hybrid inheritance is a combination of hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance. Let me go for the syntax of hybrid inheritance. Syntax of hybrid inheritance. So, how to write the syntax? First, we are defining the base class A. Class, and here class name 1. Class name 1. And within this class, we are writing some set of statements. Then closing the class. One base class is there, and base class related, we are implementing set of statements, then closing the class. Next, so I want to derive one new child class, and derived new child class acquires all the properties of its base class A. For that, how to write the statement? Class, and here class name child. Class name child, and this child class derive all the properties of its base class A. For that, we are writing the statement like this. Public, and here we are writing the parent class name 1, and then so we are writing set of statements in this child class, base class, and this is a child class. So up to 2 levels are finished. Next one, so I want to derive one new class. I want to derive one new child class. The child class name is D. And if you want to derive, or else if you want to implement this new class means child class. For that, we need to take one more class C. Here I am taking one more class underscore 3. So this is some other class. So this class having set of statements, and then closing the class. Okay, so this is class 3 is related to C class. Then I want to derive one new class, that is D class. And this D child class derive all the properties of its base class B and C. For that, how to write the statement? Very simple. First, we are defining the child class name. Here, child class 4. Child class name is child class 4. Colon public. So first, D child class related base class name is B. So this is the B child class. So for that, we are writing child class 1, comma, public, existing class. That existing class is CLT. And here we are writing set of statements and closing the class. See this one? So this one looks like a multiple inheritance, and this one looks like a hierarchical inheritance. So this is the simple syntax for the hybrid inheritance in C++. Let me go for the example of hybrid inheritance in C++. First, we are defining the header files. Hash include IOString. Hash include IOString. And then, so we are defining namespace. Using namespace, standard library std. Namespace std. And after that, I want to define one base class. Base class A. Within this base class, I want to implement one user defined function. That function name is void display. So void is a return type, display is a function name. Within this display function, I want to print simple statement. That is, A is a parent class. A is a parent class. And then, so I am closing display function and also closing A class. And also closing A class. Up to now, base class implementation is finished. So up to now, base class implementation is finished. Next, so I want to derive child classes. And these child classes acquires all the properties of its base class A. Here I am deriving one child class, and here child class name is B. Child class name is B, colon, public, and child class related parent class name is A, public A. And within this child class, so I want to implement one simple function. The function name is display one function. Base class A having display function and child class B having display one function. And within this display one function, I want to print one simple message. B is child class of A. So B is child class of A. Then closing the display one function and closing the class. So up to now, child class implementation is finished. Next one, I want to define one more class. And the class is C. Class C. So this is an independent class C. And within this class, again I want to implement one more function, and the function name is A1 function. The function name is A1 function. And within this A1 function, I want to print one simple message. C is independent class. C is independent class. So C is an independent class. Then I am closing the A1 class and closing the C and closing the class. Here I am closing the A1 function, and next I am closing the C class. Okay, so up to now this part is finished. Next one is what? So I want to implement one new child class, that is D. And this D child class acquires all the properties of its base class B and C. For that, how to write the statement? First we are defining the child class D. D. Class D, colon, public. Here D class related base class is B and C. So D class related base classes are B and C. Class D. D is a newly derived child class. Public. First I am defining B parent class, comma. Next I am defining public C class. Class D. This is a child class, and this child class acquiring all the properties of its base classes B and C. Okay. Then, so within this derived D class, I want to print one simple message. Public. And here I am taken one function, void z1 function. And within this z1 function, I want to print one simple message. Cout. D is child class. D is child class of B and C. So D is a child class of B and C. Then closing of z1 function and closing of D class. So up to now, hybrid inheritance of implementation is finished. Here base class A is defining, and within this A class, just I want to print one simple message. A is a parent class, and this message is printed with the help of display function. So base class A having one display function, and after that I am defining one child class. The child class name is B. Here B child class acquires all the properties of its base class A. A class having display function and B class having display one function. So child class B having two functions. One is B function, B class related function display one, A class related function display. Next, so I am defining one more class, one more independent class, that is class C. And this class C having A1 function. And within this A1 function, just I am printing one simple message, C is a independent class. And after that, so closing the A1 and closing the class. So up to now, hierarchical inheritance is finished. Next one, I want to implement multiple inheritance. So hybrid inheritance means it is a combination of hierarchical and multiple inheritance. So for that, here I am taken one derived class, that is a D class, and D class acquires all the properties of its base classes B and D. B and D. Here within this D class I am defining Z1 function. B class having display one function and C class having A1 function. So newly derived class D having three different functions. One is Z1 function, one is parent class C related A1 function, and one more parent class B related display one function. Then, so I want to access these functions, A1 function, display one function, and display function, and one more is a Z1 function. For that, what we need to do? So we need to create an object. With the help of object only, we can call the functions. For that, we are creating the object within the main function. So within the main function, so I am creating one object. Here, one of the important thing is, by using which class we can create the object? By using which class we can create the object? If you want to access the Z1 function, A1 function and display one function. If you want to access display one function, A1 function and Z1 function. So for that we need to create an object with the help of D class. Why? Because D is a child class and this child class having three functions. A1 Z1 function, B class related display one function and C class related A1 function. Okay, so for that we are creating the object with the help of D class. Here D is an class and followed by object name is PQR. Okay, so here D is an object, PQR. So D is an class and PQR is an object. Then, so I want to echo Z1 function, A1 function and display one function. How to call the functions? With the help of class name, with the help of object name only we can call the functions. Here object name is PQR. PQR. Object name dot Z1 function. Object name dot Z1. Next again object name dot A1. Next one object name dot display one function. And finally close the main function. And finally close the main function. This PQR dot Z1. So this PQR dot Z1 returns the Z1 related statement. D is a child class of B and C. Next, PQR dot A1 function returns A1 function related message. C is a independent class. Next, PQR dot display function. PQR dot display one function. PQR dot display one function returns the B is a child class of A. The final output of this program is D is a child class of B and C. C is a independent class, B is a child class of A. So this is the simple example for hybrid inheritance. Thanks for listening. Thank you.